Aries, welcome to Stormy Goat Tarot. My name is Kat. Thank you so much for tuning in to your mid-month check-in reading. Now, these readings are meant to supplement the general monthly readings held at the beginning of the month. So if you haven't checked yours out, I highly suggest you do so right after this, just to see if there were any themes that kind of carried over from that initial monthly reading. I also hold a bonus video or produce a bonus video for the general monthly reading sign who gets the most likes at the start of the next sign season. So if you haven't checked your signs out already, feel free to do so and give it a like in order to be in the running for the bonus video. And of course, this still applies where these are going to be extremely general readings, where not every detail or aspect of the story is going to line up with your own specific situation. So just be sure to apply what resonates and leave what doesn't for another person who needs to hear that part of the message. Some of this may apply to you, all of it may apply to you, and also none of it may apply to you, and that's perfectly okay. Should nothing resonate, or if there are gaps in the story, as I said, feel free to check out your signs video for the month that's already posted, or any of your other sign placements. And if you need help figuring that out or drawing up your own natal chart, I've included a free natal chart calculator in the description box below for you for that. And let's jump right into this, Aries, because you definitely do have some of the same energy carrying over from the beginning of the month, as far as just feeling very focused, very intent on something. But it feels like you found some kind of a footing. So we're just going to get a few Priestess of Light Oracle cards out for you to see what energies are in and around you. Righty. What energies are in and around my Aries for the remainder of November? What energies are in and around my Aries for the remainder of November, please, 2021? Got quite the gamut here. We have deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. There could be a lot of influx or influence that appears to be coming from nowhere, or quote unquote nowhere. Really, it's a little bit more of a nudge than that. Then we have Guide, the illuminated path. So it seems like there's some past life healing or karmic healing going on here. Maybe walking a path that feels a little bit too similar, Aries. Hidden knowledge, Akashic records, silent understanding. Then these two cards. What have we got going on here? Then we have the Circle of Eternal Joy, Timelessness, Dance of Life, and Setting Boundaries, Threshold, Protection, Honor. Okay, so there's definitely... that's kind of where this new feeling is coming in. As I was saying, Aries, you do have a lot of similar themes carrying over from the beginning of the month. I'm still feeling this sense of pursuit, this sense of, I need to accomplish this. I need to do this, this, and this is how I'm going to get it done. I feel like you've definitely reached out or have found footing in some way, whether this is someone providing you a resource, providing you with information, or something else altogether. Just some kind of outside influence has come in to kind of give you that encouragement, that enticement, that validation that you're on the right track. Bottom of the deck here, we have Calming the Waters, Peaceful Self-Regulation. And that's the way through this, Aries, is by achieving and feeling in balance. As I just kind of bop those cards a little bit, let's get these back in some relative sense of order. I'm getting with that setting boundaries card too, hearing a phrase rather of just knowing when it's too far. Initially I heard knowing how far is too far, which to me just screams understanding your limits, Aries. Which, if you've reached out for help or assistance, kind of like the reading was nudging you to do so in the initial November reading. I feel like that was a stepping stone for further down the road here. Let's get your Celtic Cross spread set up. Okay. Please bring forth messages of truth, healing, and love for Aries for the remainder of November 2021. Regarding love, life, and career, please show me clearly for Aries. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords in reverse here. Yeah, that feeling of being compelled to go, but not knowing where exactly to go. Blocked by the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, things aren't even opening up at this point for you. At the root, we have the Devil. The shadow cast is the Five of Cups. Immediate past, we have the Six of Pentacles. Immediate future, we have the Ten of Pentacles. We'll leave these four face down for now. If you've seen or followed me in my Celtic Cross spreads before, I do like to leave this portion of it uncovered and kind of work on the cross part as kind of the main reading for now, and then use this more as guidance. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. Okay, a lot of pentacles here. Which makes sense because this is kind of rubber meeting the road. Bringing whatever it was that you were feeling, whatever you wanted to bring into fruition, actually coming into fruition and taking those steps to do so. Because with the Knight of Swords in reverse at the heart of this, I feel so much just drive from you, Aries. There's such a determined and set amount of focus coming from you. And it was like that at the beginning of the month as well. Just, I feel like you are armed with a lot more information, a lot more know-how somehow, versus at the beginning of the month. Which is exciting. That shows progress, both situationally and from you, Aries. There isn't progression, though, with the Seven of Pentacles acting as a blockage. Because the way forward, I feel, is blocked by something that you're having kind of a hard time saying no to. Or a hard time lifting that block. Or you may be making out the block to be something more than it is. Maybe making it out to be some kind of monster, some kind of oppression that you can't get through, that you kind of shrink in front of, but no. With the Five of Cups, the solution is behind this man the whole time, with these two cups upright. Sure, he has to mourn what he's lost with the Three Cups that have fallen, but once he has, those cups are there for him. So maybe that's a matter for you too, Aries. Maybe you need to identify what feels impossible and really assess, is it really as impossible as I make it? Did I ever really expect myself to make it this far? And if not, you might have some very interesting reasons for yourself as to why, and that might be upsetting to you. It might be and prove very much of a blow. Six of Pentacles speaks of a time when things were more reciprocal. Things were a little bit more, there was a little bit more ebb and flow. And the relationship between this Six of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles is, I feel like, especially in your mindset right now, there just feels like there's this missing piece. There's this missing either bit of information, key piece of information, something that you don't know, that all of a sudden is going to resume this movement again. And that may or may not be true, Aries, depending on where that perception comes from. I'm still kind of feeling a little bit of, you do need other people in order to make progress in this, especially because this is something long term with the Ten of Pentacles. It's something that's very deliberately strung along, or like kind of paced out for the long term. There's a level of thinking and planning involved in it. So you may have been set up for an opportunity like this in the past, but you weren't ready for it then. You're armed with information now that is going to enable you to step up to the plate and take up this kind of opportunity again. Because I feel like this obstacle, it's more of just a misunderstanding or a piece of misinformation that you have that's not necessarily true. Let's qualify or clarify a little bit. Let's clarify the Devil. Right. Tell me more about this Devil at the root for Aries regarding love, life, and career. What's with the Devil for Aries? Tell me about the Devil at the root for Aries. Tell me about the Devil for Aries. We have the Magician. A sense of you just not being able to get started. Oop. With the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's like a false start. It's like maybe before there was a plan that you wanted to get off the ground and you felt super ready for it. And now it feels maybe like you have similar motivation or momentum again. And just wanting to take double and triple care that you're actually going to move forward this time. And we have the Page of Swords and the Four of Wands. You have to attempt to start this in an unconventional way, or in a way that you haven't explored before, is going to be key to what's going to remove this blockage. And maybe realizing what didn't work out last time that is going to work out this time. Bottom of the deck with that, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Listening to your internal compass, your intuition, not stressing or worrying about it. That's only going to cause more upset and keep you pinned. Because that's what led to you feeling like you were all on your own before, is this whole feeling of isolation. A feeling like you literally had to take care of everything yourself. And a task or a matter will feel a lot bigger and a lot more complex and unachievable when you feel like you have to pull all the weight. Okay. This is working itself out to be really, really easy to read, Aries. Let's see where the Six of Pentacles factoring in. Tell me more about the Six of Pentacles in the immediate past. Tell me more about the Six of Pentacles in the immediate past. Just feels like going from a situation where there was movement to one where there's no movement. Movement needs to be taken. It makes sense. But it also can't be like before. Ready? We have the Ten of Cups and the Hermit. Two tens on either end. There was a reciprocal happiness, maybe a happiness that was short-lived, but realized all the same. And I feel like you felt like the key towards achieving this again was to change something within you, or because something fell on you. And part of the work that you've been doing, part of you pursuing this, is a part of the work that you've done within yourself. Wanting to demonstrate that. Let's get one or two more. Tell me more about the Six of Pentacles here for Aries. Anything else about the Six of Pentacles here for Aries? With the Seven of Pentacles again. So I feel like you're definitely made to look at the process. Look at the steps that you've taken thus far. Because it's about the individual steps that you're taking, or that you have taken, and learning from that. Yeah, Judgment on the bottom of the deck. So this is all about taking stock in how you've come along on your journey so far, where you've come from, and where you've come from will tell you just as much about where you're going. Let's look at this central column, or this ending column here. For your perspective forward, there's the Three of Swords. Your environment, the Queen of Swords. All right, gonna move this over some. For hopes and fears, we have the High Priestess. And potential outcome, we have the Seven of Swords. There's your answer. That is the clarity. That's what's coming to light. And I love how we predominantly have swords energy in this column here, but I feel like it's really testing the use and kind of the direction that these swords can go in a good way, not necessarily in a mind game, twisted kind of way, or like a self-sabotaging, tricking yourself kind of way. Because I feel that's the energy that's kind of like bogging you down and keeping you from pursuing moving forward in this. Because the Three of Swords, I'm not seeing particularly as pain here. I feel like you're committing to a path. You're making long-term commitments. And I mean, I'm not seeing too many cups here. The only two that we've had are the 5 and the 10 of cups seen in the clarifiers. But for the predominantly, we've had earth and sword type of energy. High Priestesses, Pisces or Cancer, but High Priestess is also a very internal, self-motivated, self-directed, intuitive energy. What this honestly is screaming to me is I feel like you're making or setting up yourself for financial longevity or financial abundance in the long term. This could be something like setting up a 401k or some kind of retirement account for when the time comes for you to stop working, setting up those benefits for yourself when the time comes for you to leave the workforce. Maybe if you're already at that stage of your life, you're thinking about that already and going through the motions of wrapping that up. But this feels like building. So I feel like you're definitely taking note of those things right now and making adjustments in order to set yourself up for as abundant of a future as possible. So there is going to be a lot of minding your P's and Q's, a lot of, okay, what can I do so much with this versus that? Or how can I optimize an account like this? Or do I want something that's going to maybe be a little bit more aggressive and ultimately secure me more money, but it might be a little bit riskier as far as XYZ. So really trying to map that out for how that works within yourself. I like this Queen of Swords in your environment because not only is it telling me that you're exercising your own discernment and trying to be weighted and balanced in your approach altogether, it also tells me that you're probably going to be consulting somebody regarding this. Because with the High Priestess and your hopes and fears, I feel like you're really the only one that can really set things up like this to how you need them, how it's required, not how it's required of you, but what your requirements are and what your projection is and what your goal is versus what needs to be done in order to get there. The problem and the solution. I say that I say that phrase a lot for Scorpios, but I'm feeling that a lot too right now, Aries, for you. Is you're learning exactly what you want to ultimately someday achieve, as well as learning how to plant the seeds and how to take care of them. Yeah, because especially with personal finances, Aries, really you're the only person that can execute it or have an idea of what you want to see with that High Priestess. And I understand why that would be a fear too. because it kind of dovetails with the idea of, okay, yes, I can seek counsel on this. I can have resources and guidance, but at the same time, I ultimately have to trust myself. With the final outcome, knowing a lot more than you do now. Which I will clarify on, because I feel like we have a pretty decent picture. Yeah, I'm just going to clarify the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords in reverse here. So let's try this Three of Swords first. Tell me more about the Three of Swords here and the energy moving forward. Not energy moving forward. What am I saying? I guess that would be the energy moving forward. What does this commitment look like for Aries? The energy moving forward. Tell me more about this Three of Swords here, please. Spirit for Aries as a part of the energy moving forward. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Three of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely energy to me that says knowing when to pause, knowing when to stop, knowing when you've found a solution to what you're looking for. And it's exciting for you, Aries. I feel like this is kind of not a long time coming, but something that you've definitely been trying to work with and pursue. We also have the Two of Wands in reverse. Identifying and knowing what's not going to work for you. Knowing what doors you need to close purposefully. Because this isn't so much having to deal with rejection for me. So much as you just know, okay, I'm taking one fork in the road and not the other. So as I said with this Three of Swords, a commitment to towards one path towards the objective. Not being overwhelmed with choices. All right, let's see. Let's finally round this out with the Seven of Swords in reverse here. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords in reverse for Aries. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords in reverse for Aries and the potential outcome, please, Spirit. All right. The Five of Swords and Temperance. Interesting. Oh, we have another one. Ace of Swords. Being at peace and confident and feeling overall just okay with the path that you're choosing, with what's become clearer to you. You've truly educated yourself in this process, Aries. It's been a path, it's been a time, but you've taken the time also to educate yourself and to be well-rounded enough to be understanding of the options surrounding you, what you're able to do. Because I feel like the straits weren't as dire as you thought. You didn't have to sacrifice everything in order to achieve the results that you wanted to see. There's clarity in that. There's peace in that. And there's a sense of relief. There's a Four of Swords dynamic between this Five and Ace of Swords. Of being at peace ultimately with what you know. And that's what's providing you with security right now. Bottom of the deck, we have Knight of Wands, so that you can move on and just be the awesome, bombastic Aries that you are. Because I feel like this was hard for you, Aries, because you're all action. You want to be able to get to the heart of the issue. You like to be in control of the circumstances around you. Understandable. You're the cardinal fire sign. You want to be that initial dynamic spark. So I feel like this was definitely very slow paced for you, very plodding along for you. And you did it. You were able to make achievements or make waves where you wanted to see them. In an area of your life where I feel just normally you don't normally gravitate towards this, or you don't normally kind of bend that way. Again, I'm feeling like it's in the realm of finance, projective finance, like long-term finances, like investments or retirement, or something to do with work. The area of finances, though, for sure. Right, let's get an oracle card from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha for guidance for you. What are some messages of wisdom, healing, and guidance for my Aries regarding this spread? Oop, right off the bat, cards are just coming to you, Aries. Energetic movement, card number 5. And this is what's going to put change into place. Bottom of the deck, we have card number 46, Splendor. So now that you've put all of this into place, all you have to do is go about living, going through the motions of what you know, what you have to do in order to nourish this, feed this, achieve this. Because everything else has been set in place already. So now you can just take heed and watch what you've put into place, the seeds that you've planted, grow and transform into something that you either have your heart or mind set on, or just transform from something that either isn't accessible or isn't available to you right now, which is why I'm feeling investment so much with this. But yeah, Aries, I'm feeling now the stones are cast, the seeds are planted. I feel like for the most part, the work is done now. So now you can go back to the present. We're your strongest, Aries. Just living your best life and gearing up in time for celebrating Sag season. 333 on the counter. All right, Aries, I hope that was helpful, brought peace of mind, and that resonated for you. If it did, feel free to comment down below how it resonated. I love hearing from you guys, or even just say hi. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like I said, to not miss any other additional content from me. Check out this channel's second home on Instagram for daily affirmations, additional content, as well as news and updates on how to book a personal reading with me. And I will see you in my next video, Aries. To the light and the shadows cast. Take care.